Got this one.
What's up, everybody? I'm Natasha.
And I'm Tristan.
Welcome back to our channel,
Livin LaGrande Lyfe.
Today is Monday, so what that mean?
It's Mind Your Marriage Monday. So listen, we need a theme song or something.
Yeah.
Like this. We're gonna need a theme song. Y'all tell us, do we need a theme song? If this is your first time watching, welcome.
If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely. Let me tell you all a little bit about Mind Your Marriage Monday. So Mind Your Marriage Monday is a segment that we do every single Monday where we take just 10 minutes
That's it.
out of our marriage to mind your marriage. And what that means is that we get a little bit petty. We just get a little bit in your business for about 10 minutes. We set the timer, so we're very precise about it. After 10 minutes, we go back to minding our marriage, okay? I usually come with the topic, or at least that's the way it's been lately. My wife has not heard this topic, and then we're just going to discuss it. We got a person who says they are keeping a secret from their spouse, and they feel bad about it, but not bad enough to tell them.
Okay.
So they said all of their finances and income is supposed to go into one pot, and they got a windfall and have put it into a secret savings. Okay? So they wanted to give us some background. They recently learned that their spouse is bad with money. They've only been married for 2 years. It's a second marriage for the both of them. Their spouse is a professional that makes well into 6 figures, but they don't have a savings at all, nor any type of retirement. Said that when they started their marriage, they had no debt except for 2 credit cards and a mortgage. They recently learned that their spouse has racked up a significant amount of debt on their own. Let's say close to 6 figures in debt on their own. They feel like if they tell their spouse that they had this windfall, that their spouse would expect them to use it to put a dent in the debt that they racked up. And they don't feel like they should have to pay for their spouse's bad decisions and irresponsible spending. They feel like they should be able to keep their money to themselves and not have to worry about their spouse. They want to know if they are wrong for keeping this secret about this money.
The spouse racking up all this debt, was that a secret?
Yeah, they said they just recently learned that the spouse had racked up the debt.
I mean, you don't want to be in marriage and relationships hella petty, but I mean, nah, I don't think it's bad. Because finances are like a very critical piece of a relationship, especially like in a marriage. And clearly one of you is good with money, it sounds like, and one of you is terrible with money. So what I think would be best is that you assist them if they're willing to listen, or guide them to someone that they would listen to help them budget and figure out how to manage money. If this debt isn't directly tied to you and isn't completely holding your spouse back from what they need to do, then it sounds like it's a matter of just helping them climb out of this debt that they've created, and ensuring they can maintain a decent credit score in the process. But I understand feeling bad, but I also get kind of not feeling bad in this situation. Again, you didn't cause it, you weren't a part of it. Yes, it's your spouse, you the person that's the ride or die for them and with them. But there's secrecy with money. It's almost like, what else don't you know about in terms of debt? You found out about this recent debt. What if there's more out there that you don't know about? Or if they have a spending problem or addiction to something or gambling or whatever, and you free them out of it with this money you came into, and then they go right back into it. That's gonna piss you off.
Right.
I'm not sure where I might have missed this, I'm sorry, where you got this money from. But if it was work or whatever, however you got it, came into it, worked hard for it, I don't know. You would be very, very upset to watch it slip through your fingers into something that you didn't even contribute to. I'm interested in what the conversation, like you knowing it, and does your spouse know that you know that they're in the debt they're in, and what that conversation looked like? I'd love to know that.
That is interesting. I would love to know that as well. So a couple of things came to mind when I was reading this particular scenario. I think the first thing is, I think it's concerning that you found out about this debt, and you also recently found out that your spouse is bad with money. So did you all not know each other and talk about finances and talk about spending habits and figure things out beforehand, before y'all got married? Y'all been married for 2 years, so this is a fairly new marriage, right? And you found out already within the first 2 years that this person is bad with money. They didn't just become bad with money.
There's ways to hide that though, especially if they didn't live together or did not share detailed finances until they got married, which a lot of people don't do. It's very easy to hide money problems.
Yeah, if I were to ever become, a marriage coach, I would definitely tell people that before you get married, y'all need to have everything. I know, even if you don't put all your money together, I think that your marriage and how y'all manage your money is completely your business, right? But it needs to be all out in the open. If y'all got separate accounts, that's cool. If y'all got separate money, that's cool. But you need to understand that person's spending habits. You need to understand their struggles and things of that nature. Because if I don't know everything about you, then I don't even know how I can support or what things I need to put in place to sort of safeguard us and things of that nature. So I'm a person, security is one of my number one values. When you start messing with my money, you start messing with my feelings of my sense of security, and now we got a problem, like a major problem.
What if this happened though? What if they weren't bad with money and then they came into making this amount of money and now they have a bad habit because of the amount of money they've come into? So
now they make more money, so they create more debt?
No, that happens to a lot of people. Like, look, more money, more problems didn't come out of nowhere. That phrase. Like, a lot of people, they make more money, so it's like, well, now these things I wanted to do and I wanted to purchase and be a part of and experience, I can do now because I have the money to do so. And
so I hear you saying more money, less restraint. More money, less discipline.
Listen, but that happens though. Like that, it's not even because they're adults. It's a human nature.
I'm not saying that don't happen.
No, I'm
Is that
saying,
what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times people, it's an excitement to come into that kind of money, and depending on what your upbringing is, your relationship with money is, your past is, how you've had to or not had to manage money, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, we're making a lot of assumptions. I don't know, but either way, I agree with you though. I agree with you. One thing another thing that comes up for me is like Tasha said, there's this secrecy that's happening within y'all's marriage, and I feel like that's something that needs to be worked out. Why are you finding out about this, and why does you not telling them about this money, them not telling you about the debt? If there's a trust issue somewhere in y'all relationship that needs to be worked out, I think there needs to be a financial advisor involved. There needs to be a marriage counselor involved. I think that y'all need to sit down and really put it all out in the open, because I think that even if I'm not willing to pay for something that you've done, you're not gonna not know I got it.
Yeah.
You can know I have it, and you're going to know that I'm not willing to do this because you X, Y, and Z, right? Like, you don't know how to manage it, and so I don't feel comfortable giving it to you, because you as my spouse know that I have that security is one of my biggest values. And so I feel like if you as my spouse, even if you don't understand it, I owe it to you to let you know how I'm feeling, so that you know that my security is threatened. And if you know that you're threatening my number one value, that means that if you don't have it in your brain to fix it, to get it together, then we have a larger issue here.
These are all facts, babe. I agree. Because this relationship is so new and there's a lot of different secrecy and things like that. And again, it may have come from the past marriages and all type of things. I don't believe that they've even communicated, which you would think they would have in a second marriage situation or setup, what their number one, values are, or maybe they're still trying to figure them out because people change.
Yeah, I mean, people do change. That's true.
But I agree with everything you said. It should have been communicated to each other long before they got married.
Absolutely.
And in knowing so, there should have been communication between the spouses on what's going on. The one, I'm in debt, it's crazy. The other one, understood what you need in terms of help, not financially, but other ways, because I got money, but I'm not doing it.
Right.
And then just go from there.
Right. But they did say that they weren't in debt when they got married. This debt has
happened over 2 years, and that's what I'm. Just because you had this conversation in the beginning or whenever doesn't mean you don't keep having these kind of conversations. Like, marriage is like a cycle of conversations.
Over and over
again.
For sure.
So
is this person wrong for not telling them about the money?
No, they're not wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. Because you don't have to tell your spouse everything.
No, I agree.
And that's technically from both ends. Like, the one spouse didn't have, you should, if it's dead. That's significant. That's ridiculous not to say anything. But on the flip side, the other spouse doesn't have to say anything about a windfall of money.
This is the thing that's concerning to me, is that I think it's a little bit different, because I don't think that this person isn't telling about all the money that they have, but typically, depending on the law in your state, if I'm married to you, I could be held responsible for your debt.
Yeah.
So I think in that vein, you do need to tell me that you're in debt. And if something happens to me, then yes, you are entitled to my money, but as we talk, you don't have to be held responsible.
Yeah, for my money I have, but I'm held responsible for the money you don't have.
Right.
No, I agree with that.
So I think that they're not the same. You do owe me.
It's really based on the dynamic of your relationship and what y'all are set up and doing. As long as you aren't doing anything that is harmful,
sneaky,
yes,
deceitful. Cause yes, you obligated to tell me that stuff. I don't agree with that. Yeah. I don't agree with that. And you need to tell me something like that.
Again, the question was, are they wrong? That's in the eyes of the person. That's in the eyes of the relationship. Everyone's relationship is not the same. Everyone's values are not the same. Everyone's insecurities are not the same.
Would you tell me if you racked up 6 figures in debt?
I wouldn't rack up 6 figures in debt.
Would you tell me?
You would know.
What's the threshold?
Bruh.
What's the debt threshold before you are required to fill me in?
There's no fill you in because I wouldn't rack up no ridiculous amounts of debt. I don't operate like that.
Okay, what's the threshold if I come into some money? At what point should I tell you?
When you want to.
So I come into 200, 500,000, $1 million.
If I say 200, 500, what's the number, ma'am?
Anything, really. If I come into anything, okay, so 200,000
the way
ain't a lot. 200K is not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money. One,
okay,
two, though.
If I come into a few million.
We communicate everything, so this is dumb. This is a dumb question for us. This doesn't relate to us. This is dumb.
Because we talk about all the things.
Everything. We have constant communication here. Mm-hmm. Constant communication. It's constant.
So listen, I hope you all enjoyed today's topic.
But yeah, they both wrong.
I have to agree. I have to agree. There is fault in both aspects of it. So again, if this is your first time watching, welcome. And we know you love it here, so go ahead and get comfy. Yeah. If you didn't follow instructions when Tasha said it at the beginning, go ahead and subscribe right now. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. Ding! So you're notified when your new friends in LaGrande's post new content. While we're on the subject of content, what did you think about today's topic? Are y'all here for the secrecy or not? I want to hear what y'all have to say.
You team they wrong or team mind your own business?
Right. So listen, if you are a new subscriber, tell us in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to get to know you. We're trying to meet you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Meantime, we will see you guys
in the next video.
Bye.